Well, good evening, motherfuckers. Good evening. Baby, listen, I'm Trish, the Village Podcast, honey. I'm just sharing this last little one. We finna get into it. It is 6 o'clock, so let's make it do what else? That's not gonna do right. Okay. Whoo, baby, listen. Is you scared yet? Are you concerned yet? Are you worried? Anything like that? Because if you're not, you should be. If you're not, you should be, because this is fucked up. And so I'm just going, I'm going to give you a little bit of this shit and I'm going to get the hell on about my business. But what's going on with this light? I be thinking I got ghosts. Anyway. Yeah, I think I got ghosts. Anyway, so check this out. Let's start with Jake Lang. I want to start with this motherfucker from last week. The one that, the Nazi MAGA dude that showed up in Minneapolis at the protest, talking about we having an anti-protest, some old weird shit he said. And they burning Qurans and they gonna fuck some people up. They doing all kind of shit. It's according to, hey Mr. Foster, this according to Jake Lang, right? So when everything pop off, he tell all the other racists to meet him at, 1 o'clock or some shit like that. 2-3 people showed up. Well, if y'all saw it, and I know you did, there's all kind of video footage of this motherfucker. They had him jammed up in a whole, window pane or some shit. He was all the way jammed up crying. Let me tell you something, Minneapolis, baby, I didn't know y'all was hard like that. Minneapolis, it's freezing in Minneapolis. It's snowing and some more shit. Minneapolis, they get mad at you and they throw water on you. Man, I'll start crying. You throw some water on me and it's cold outside, I'm gonna cry. I swear to God, I'm gonna cry because I'm gonna be that cold. I hate being cold. They done drenched this man with water in freezing temperatures. But let me tell you how retarded MAGA and the rest of them Trump swallowers are. He shows up with a bulletproof vest. Wasn't nothing in it. Wasn't no armor and wasn't nothing in it. What are you wearing a vest for? A bulletproof vest with nothing in it. This is how they're retarded. I be trying to tell you, don't argue with these motherfuckers. They are retarded. I'm telling you, they suffer from some type of mental defect. But I said all that to say this. This is the part I'm getting to. So he's there because he's there to whoop ass and burn Qurans and shit because he's a racist piece of shit. But he get there and they handed him his ass, his whole ass they handed to him, right? So what happens? Black dude, go and save him. Escorted him, ushered him right on down. Now why he walking with the dude, with Jake Lang, the black dude helping him get the fuck on out of there? Because they about to stomp him and drag him. While they doing all that, while he's ushering him out, they still hitting him across the head and some more shit. They getting their licks in. But this is what I wanna bring up. I bring this up because it's a two-edged sword. We don't raise our children with hate in the house. Did you hear what I said? We don't. We got so many other problems that blacks generally don't raise their children to hate people. There's something about colonizers, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about all white folks, but I'm talking about the majority. I'm talking about the majority. Hey, Aretha. So this is what I want you to know is that we are all raised different. When Kendrick Lamar said they not like us, he wasn't lying. See, that could have went one of two ways. It could have went where the black dude get him, usher him on out, and like he did, it could have went down that way. The other way it could have went was no other way. I'm gonna tell you why it couldn't have went no other way, because we not raised like them. It would have ended just like that. Black person ushering his ass up out of there. Because we are not like that. And that's the fear of colonizers, is that black people will get into positions where they will do the same shit to them that they've done to us. We're not even interested in you motherfuckers like that. You think you're more important than you are. We don't give a fuck about you. We just want to be left alone. But it's crazy because this motherfucker Jake Lane went into this whole crowd with all these folks and people of all different races and shit like that. And he goes there with a racist agenda. And the thing that pisses me off with it is that in the beginning of this, they go into, oh, they're a bunch of savages. They're savages. They're animals. They're not human. And they go over there to try to fuck some shit up. Now they escorted his stupid ass up out of there. And guess what the rebuttal still is? See, they're savages. They're animals. They're not human. They beat that man and they did all this to him. And all he was trying to teach peace. And they almost murdered him. And even Jake himself, even fucking though all of this shit is on video. It's all on video. But Jake lied too. This is what they were trying to do to me. Bitch, we saw the whole thing. We saw the whole thing. So I'm saying all that because they're not like us. And no matter, and this is for you fucking raccoons, Stephen A. Smith, Candace Owens, all the rest of you motherfuckers, all of you fucking raccoons, this shit is for you. Hello, Mr. Weekly. This shit's for you because I don't give a fuck what you do. You are never gonna be white. I don't care how many quarter zips you put on. I don't care how many red hats you got, how many MAGA buttons you got. I don't care how far you go to fuck with Charlie Kirk and his little shit he got. I don't give a fuck what you do. At the end of the day, you're never going to be white. And hey, Mr. Lockett, and with that being said, it seemed like you would sit your musty ass the fuck down, right? I would think you would, but apparently I'm wrong about it. But you see what I'm saying? You're never going to get over that hump. So all the people that you shitting on, all the black people that you shitting on because you hate the side of yourself and your mama and all that kind of shit. And I don't care if you marry a white man, a white woman. I don't care if you marry white triplets. You're still not going to be white. You still a coon when it's all said and done. You still a fucking coon. So let's just be clear about that. But going back to that Jake Lane thing, if you see like I know you gotta see, because I can see it. And if me and you looking at the same shit and you saw something else, then you on some fuck shit. Bottom line is, these motherfuckers always come and start shit and then they fuck around and find out. At some point they fuck around and find out. We are always the ones to save the day. So the black dude, he getting a lot of good shit and he getting a lot of bad shit. Because some people say you should have let them beat his motherfucking ass because if the situation was reversed, those colonizers would have hung that black man. Right there in the middle of Minneapolis. They would have strung his ass the fuck up. Like I know. We talk about racism. We talk about violence. The most violent motherfuckers you're going to ever run across are white Christian men. 3. White Christian men. They're all tied up and braided up together. They're all one. Those are the most violent motherfuckers you're going to ever run across in your life. Because trust me, if this shit were reversed, if we were doing this shit to white folks, to these goddamn colonizers, they would burn this country to a crisp. You hear me? Not just Black Wall Street or black neighborhoods, that. They would burn this motherfucking country to a crisp. They not like us. We don't even want no smoke. Hey fam, we don't want no smoke. We just trying to do what we do. So listen, if you in Phoenix, ICE is here, y'all. Did you know that? They're here. Now this is the problem this is what I think they're gonna do, because Arizona is a red state. Arizona's a racist ass state. Now, what I think they're doing is they trying to do shit real quiet. They probably trying to play it more by the books here in Arizona than in some other states. Because Arizona, you don't need no permit. You don't need no concealed nothing. Baby, if your shit pass, the gun people going to give you that gun. They going to slide across the counter. You going to sign off and you gone. Most people here have weapons. Most people are armed to the gills, right? So you got them, they walking around with their shit open carry just out. Or they got shit all over their house, car, wherever they at. So they know but you kick a motherfucker door in Arizona. And I think even, who else is open carry? Texas and Oregon is open carry. But you have to have a permit to conceal. in Oregon because I had the concealed permit, but you can open carry in Oregon too. So, but baby, I don't think they kicking in doors in this motherfucker though. I think they kind of following some of the rules. Arizona trying to keep it quiet, but they trying to follow some rules because you kick somebody door in this motherfucker, you lights out. Like they gonna put something on your mind. You come kicking doors in here. So I don't know. That's just my thoughts, my opinion, and I could be wrong. But so there you go. Take it for what it's worth. So did y'all see this fat bitch with his where was he at? What, just yesterday? His whole what was it, DeVito? I can't remember. You know, he just did this whole world thing, this whole world summit or whatever. Y'all gotta be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that we have a fucking Jerry's kid as president. Y'all not embarrassed about that? Y'all not embarrassed that he just gets so distracted? Remember, did y'all ever watch Seinfeld? It was an episode of Seinfeld that I think it was George. He was so easily distracted. He'd be talking and Jerry was like, squirrel, squirrel, every time he said, because George was like, this is him. This is the fat bitch over on Pennsylvania Avenue. He's easily distracted. Everything is about him. And then if you see he got up there, y'all, and this is why I asked in the beginning, are you scared yet? Are you nervous? Are you concerned? He just shitted in the faces of all of our allies. But y'all so stupid. Y'all just praising this motherfucker. Yeah, Trump, we love him. I ain't never seen no shit like this. I swear to God. I swear to God. We are not safe, y'all. Did you know that? Did you know that we're not safe? Because we're not. We are not safe. I'm trying to tell y'all what he do. This motherfucker is alienating all of our allies. He done started some weird shit, some peace committee. It's $1 billion per year that countries need to pay to be a part of this. Are you processing what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you some fuck shit. It's real, but it's some fuck shit. Do you hear what I'm like? What? Who the fuck? What? He is alienating us. He told Canada, if you lucky if it wasn't for us, it wouldn't even be no Canada. He said some old fuck shit to Canada. Listen, I gotta laugh to keep from crying because this shit is crazy. Hold on, fam saying, hey Trish, I missed you so much. Got off work early today. Sending crispy cold hugs. Don't you send me them damn crispy cold hugs, fam. No, I'll take one from you. You know I hate being cold, girl. I cry about being cold. And it was cold this morning. I was like, oh shit, I was freezing. But it normally warm up here pretty cool. But I know y'all cold in Portland. I was supposed to be there, fam, this Friday because Uncle Joe's funeral is this Friday. But I'll be damned, they not finna give me to be paying no $400, $500, $600 for no ticket to Portland. Bitch, that's a 2.5 hour flight at most. I said, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I don't want to go to Portland no way. So I sure ain't finna pay you no $500 for no ticket. Hell no. So I'll be praying, hey, Mr. Gear, be praying for Uncle Joe and the fam, but I will not be in Portland this weekend. Hell no. Shit. That is way too much, little too sweet for my taste. Hey, Miss Karen. So, listen. I need y'all to be paying attention to what the fuck is going on in the news, right? I need you to be paying attention because pretty soon we're gonna be at a point of no return. Everybody keeps screaming the midterms, the blue wave is coming, the midterm. Are we gonna make it to the midterms? Because some of y'all seem to think that we're gonna have a free and fair election in the midterms. That's even if we get an election, because his fat ass always been talking about he want to cancel the election. He said that, 2 weeks ago? We should cancel the midterms. He knows that him and the rest of his followers have no chance of keeping their positions. Then everybody, the 25th Amendment, I got to look back at some of these amendments too, because I done forgot some of them, but we need the whole cabinet gone, the whole administration gone. These people still lying in your faces. And when they lie to you, it's like they looking right at you saying, so what you gonna do? You gonna believe us or you gonna believe your lying eyes? Like, didn't nobody see Miss Renee get shot in the face 3 times? And I think every bullet hit her I think 3 in the face and 1 in the shoulder or something like that. But what are we doing? We're looking at this shit that's going on in Minneapolis, and baby, hats off to Minneapolis, because they not fucking around. Minneapolis is like, look, you're not gonna come in here and do this shit. What I hate about this is that ICE was a respected unit. It was for forever. ICE is getting a bad rap because a fish rots from the head. The head is dead at the White House, so now the body is here to rot. So he done got these folks in here, and they a whole bunch of fuck motherfuckers too. They a bunch of fuck bitches. All of them that's joining ICE now. I mean, these motherfuckers can't get a job at your local Walmart, but ICE got them on. They're federal employees now. ICE never got this kind of heat before. You know why? Because they move quiet. That's why they never got heat like this. You ain't never been mad at ICE before. You ain't never had no reason to be mad at ICE before, because ICE only fuck with immigrant shit. They don't fuck with citizens. Ever. They leave you the fuck alone. They're at the borders and they're at shit like that. When they go to your house, they got a warrant. They know you up in that thing. They know that. ICE does not have free reign to go around and Jim Crow everybody. They don't. They are still, to this day, arresting American citizens. And 99% of the ones that they're detaining and deporting do not have criminal records. But here again, that's why I say y'all stupid as fuck, because we fall for the same fucking trick. One trick pony. They did this same shit they doing to these Mexicans. They did it to us. They still do it to us. So to sit back and you think about this shit, it's all propaganda. All of it. You got to be able to dig through this shit. What's going to affect you and what's not. At this point, just about all of it is going to affect you. It doesn't matter who you voted for. It's all going to affect you. If we get to the midterms and it's a free and fair election, baby, I'm going to be surprised. I am going to be surprised, because he's already, if y'all keeping up, he's already fucking with the Postal Service. They're already dismantling machines. They don't want mail-in ballots. They also don't want the machines. Well, they do kind of want the machines, because his friend owns the machines. Everything, if you pay attention to all this stuff that's happening, if you pay attention to it, it all traces back to the wealthiest people in America. That's where it traces back to. Y'all remember this, the same shit with George W. Wait, was George W. the baby or the daddy? I don't remember which one. Anyway, the one that him and Michelle Obama real cool, that Bush. That motherfucker was a con man too. But see, the thing with George W., he was slick with his shit. He from down south, so he can kind of, he would finesse you with all that talking. But after that, after Katrina, people was like, fuck this motherfucker. But baby, listen to me. All that oil and all that shit they was getting, Halliburton. Who owned Halliburton? Dick Cheney. All this shit, make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. They don't want mail-in ballots because Trump's friends own the ballot boxes. So they don't want that. Hello, Mr. Franklin. They don't want that shit. What they want is no election. That's why we are potentially going to be at war. If we're at war, there's no election. But again, even if there is an election, I believe it's already rigged. I believe if we do have an election, he gonna have ICE and all kind of people up there. And this is the thing, people so stupid, they can't vote anyway. Nobody, if I'm in a country illegally, you think I'm finna start trying to do shit that the free people do so I can get caught and sit back the fuck where I came from? He's gonna put his own little personal military, which is ICE, at the ballot boxes. So people ain't gonna wanna come around. Whether you a citizen or not, you're not gonna wanna come around. Because what has ICE shown you? That they ignorant? Ignorant as fuck. That's what they just showed you. They beating up kids and pregnant women and all kind of shit. Hold on, y'all. Fam talking to me. Let me see what she's talking about. Fam says, I've never been this scared. When there's a knock on my door, it's a damn shame. I told my kids and my friends to call before to get. Listen, you got to, fam. You can't play with it. You cannot play with it. I'm telling you. When I don't get visitors coming to my house if I don't know them, but you know, sometimes you get somebody knocking for whatever reason, delivery, and I'll be ready. Who the fuck at my goddamn door? Because I don't let people don't know where I live. I don't talk to people here like that. So I don't have company like that. And if I do, I already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful, because they're not fucking with just immigrants. And we're next. We're next. That's why the brutality is building. Pay attention. The brutality is building now, because Miss Renee dead. They killed that man in LA, that black guy. Ain't nobody said shit about it. There's some stuff y'all not knowing because you follow a mainstream news. You can't fuck with the mainstream. You better get with like Joy Reid and Don Lemon and the Jolly Good Ginger and all these. You better get with, and Matt Chappelle, all different ones. I follow them and get, Christina's tea. This motherfucker be doing all kind of shit. Y'all better be following these folks, because when I tell you, this is just the tip of the iceberg. If you know anything about that Project 2025, this is just the tip of the iceberg. By the time all of this is said and done, we gonna be another China, another Russia. That's what it's gonna be. So I'm telling y'all, I'm begging you, pay attention, protect yourself. Protect your family. If you got to get a plan where nobody goes anywhere alone, turn your trackers on your phone or whatever you got to do. But make sure somebody always know where you at, because ain't nothing right about this. This should be unsettling. So on top of the fact that we are about to have a civil war in the United States, we also are not going to have any more protection from our allies. We are going to be literally an island to ourselves. I'm just saying, United States can be a force to be reckoned with, but we ain't that big and bad. We are not that big and bad. Now, what United States always tries to do, but see what Trump is doing, and he's showing you really who the United States is, because United States always acting like they're the good guys and they're going to save everybody and they're going to do this. The same shit they're doing here in the United States, they have sent troops to other countries to stop it. Did you hear what the fuck I just said? They have sent troops to these other countries to stop the same shit that they're doing right here. Right here in the United States. Minneapolis talking about they done sent in their National Guard. So would you finna have the National Guard and the police on the same team fighting with ICE? Y'all, this is bad. I'm going to tell you how ICE got all their money, too. They got a lot of it from the big, beautiful bill that you silly bitches, because y'all had to vote for Trump. You just didn't have, you couldn't have Kamala. You had to vote for this fat, musty bitch. So the big, beautiful bill, baby. Billions of dollars in that went to ICE. On top of that, all of his billionaire friends, they own arms companies. They own the companies that make the damn uniforms, the fatigues and all. They own them. They're giving this shit. They're donating money in the whole nine. Hold on, my phone ringing. They doing all this shit. Hey, Aurora. So with that, who the fuck you think is outnumbered? Who you think is outnumbered? ICE is not outnumbered. I'm gonna tell you that. Not the way it's looking right now. They are not, and with all the money that they getting, that's why they got all this top-notch shit. You don't even see police with shit that nice. You hear what I'm telling you? And you know who else is on their team that be giving them all these cards and shit? Enterprise. I'm gonna tell you right now, I am so sick of marching and protesting. I've done all that shit. You know how I'm fighting these colonizers? With money. That's it. I'm fighting them with money. Enterprise will never get a nickel from me ever again in life. When I figure out who the oppressors are, I can live without that. There's nothing that the oppressors got that I got to have. Sometimes you just gotta figure out what the fuck you do, get in your lane and stay there. But the way to shut a lot of this shit down is for real boycotts. Now, well, let's just boycott today or tomorrow. No, let's for real. If we not fucking with them, we not fucking with them. Enterprise is the enemy. They're supplying it with all this shit. That's all I'm saying, y'all. I'm just saying, keep your eyes and ears open. Hold on. Mr. Franklin says, Deontay Kyle's grits and eggs. Oh, yes, I'm glad you said that. He does. I watch him, too. I keep up with him, too. That dude, he bad to the bone. Mr. Franklin also says, get armed and educate yourself if you are an open carry state exercise your Second Amendment and apply it. Absolutely, absolutely. Because you got to get it together. Because one thing, who was it? Malcolm X said, we're not outnumbered. We're out organized. See, what is gonna happen, and the colonizers have not put this shit together. If the poor whites and the poor blacks come together, that's the problem. It don't even have to be poor blacks. It could just be the poor whites coming together with the blacks. And then you got the Hispanics and you got Asians and that's what the fuck you do. But see, the problem is these po-bunk motherfucking hillbillies that live in trailers that they literally just built last night, they think they're better than everybody. You know, the ones who don't have no fucking dental care and they walk around all their shit rotten. Those motherfuckers who walk around with dirty feet and flip-flops, them. They think that they're better than everybody. They think that just because they live in a fucking shit, what are those they live in? Them motor homes or whatever the fuck they live in, them double wides, and they be out in the middle of the goddamn field with a bunch of possums and shit. They think that they're better than blacks. Because you know what, a motherfucker who live like that, who ain't washed his balls in 6 months and ain't got no teeth in his face, at least I ain't a nigger. That's what they say. Even though they smell like shit, they took a bath in 6 months. Bottom of their feet is black as all get out. They eating cat food. They eat after their dogs and some more shit. They probably fuck their animals. But at least they're not a nigger. At least they're not a fucking nigger. Those are the kind of people you're dealing with, y'all. I'm just telling you. Those are the kind of motherfuckers you're dealing with. That's why it doesn't help. Don't be arguing, going back and forth, tripping. You dealing with people that they were raised like this. And that's the difference. That's the difference between them and us. Because we didn't raise our babies to hate anybody. Growing up, my grandfather, my grandmother, they would say stuff like, you got to work hard, you got to be smart, you just can't let them, you don't want nobody to disrespect you, but you don't want to be too excited because then, oh, you're an angry black woman. Well, I can be passionate, I don't have to be angry. I can cuss you the fuck out and won't be mad about it at all. But that's what it do. So our whole life, we've been trying to come up to them and be with, no. And you know what I think? And this, y'all finna be mad, but I'm just gonna tell the truth. Be mad if you wanna be mad, but y'all finna be mad, especially because we just had Dr. MLK Day. The reason why black folks are so divided with shit like this, you got Dr. King who was telling black folks, after years of being beaten in slavery and all this shit that black people done been through, Dr. King said, we're going to do nonviolent protests. We're going to go sit at the counters at these cafes, and they done suck their dogs on them. They done beat them. They done hose them down with water hoses. All kinds of shit. Black people, he was training black people to be docile. Just sit and take it. Just take it. They'll get tired. If you know like I know, if you know like the fuck I know, colonizers don't get tired of hate. That's all they got. That's all they have to give. So when the fuck they gonna get tired? They don't. It's 2026 and bitches still ain't tired. When do they get tired? But then you got Malcolm X that's saying, we don't need to integrate with these motherfuckers. We got our own schools and our own doctors and our own nurses and our own neighborhoods. We don't need these motherfuckers. So we gonna defend our families, our neighborhoods, our communities by any means necessary. Arm yourself. That's what Malcolm X said. And trust and believe my Second Amendment, bitch, is activated like a motherfucker. You hear me? But I'm saying, you see the difference. So you got some people that's like, yeah, let's go. And then others, well, let's just see. We just gonna wait. Listen, I love Dr. King like everybody else, but I tell you the truth. I think some of that shit fucked a lot of people up. I think the nonviolent, because here again are black people trying to show colonizers that we're not violent people. But why are we trying to show colonizers that we're not violent people when the violence was acted upon with us? They were violent to us. But we're still trying to prove that we're not violent. Why? They already got the propaganda out there, and a lot of people believe it. But when you look at the numbers, when you look at who's doing what, white Christian men are at the top And I'm not saying number 2 on, they are number 1 on the fucking totem pole. But they'll tell you that you're violent. They'll tell you, it's like every accusation is a confession or something. It's the weirdest shit that they're telling you all the shit that's fucked up with you, which are none of those things. They all apply to the person that's saying it. So what are we doing? What are we still trying to prove anything for? Doesn't the Constitution still say on there that we are not human? We're not fully human? How come ain't nobody ever changed that shit? How come, I'm saying how come ain't nobody ever listed the Ku Klux Klan as a terrorist organization? Hey, sissy, do we know why? America is rooted and grounded in racism, always has been, and I don't give a fuck what year we coming up on, always will be. I'm going to tell you something, be mad if you want to, because you know I don't give a fuck. White supremacy is not a everybody problem. It's not a black problem. It's not a Latino problem. White supremacy is a white people's problem. It's a white people's issue. They're the only ones that can fix it. They're the only ones, because they got this imaginary hate demon in their head and got them thinking whatever the fuck they got them thinking. But I promise you, this is how they are born and bred. This is how they are raised. When you look back at slavery, there's a lot of shit about slavery. There's a lot of entities that benefited from slavery, right? You look at Texas, how Texas needed to be independent so bad. They want to be They only wanted to be independent so that they could keep slaves. All this shit be about back in the day, all that free labor, all that old shit. Did you know that they had breeding houses for slaves? When a little black baby slave, when she got about 11, 12, old enough to have her fucking menstrual, they had her breeding. They had slaves that were just for breeding. Do you know how fucked up that is? Do you know why at least I don't say picnic. Do you know why black people don't generally say picnic? Shit like that. There's so many things that I think people either don't know or don't give a fuck about. But if you don't know about picnic, let me tell you about picnic, pick a nigga. That's when these colonizers would literally get out of church. Get out of church after praising God, buy tickets and popcorn and go watch slaves being hung. They would have their children there. They were taking pictures. They had postcards and shit like that. But they will tell us that we are the violent ones. That's crazy to me. When the last time you heard of black people doing that? Don't worry, I'll wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna take a drink, and then y'all tell me in the comments when the last time you heard of black people going to get white people's babies and throwing them in the damn lake and shit for the alligators and shit to eat them. When they was, hunting crocodiles or whatever. Y'all heard of black people doing that? Okay. I'm just saying. Some of these they was hanging slaves. They would hang them and put 200 bullets in them. And their children are sitting there. This is the same God. They just left church praying to this God that's telling them, yeah, what you're doing is right, blah, 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 whatever the fuck they think God is telling them. I'm thinking that they ain't got no kind of relationship with God, but let's say they do. You go to church, you done praise God, thank them for all your blessings. And then you go to a picnic. You and your children, your wife, y'all watch a black person be hung, you laugh about it, you eat popcorn and shit, you take pictures while the body is hanging from the tree and bleeding out because they done shot him, even though he's already dead, you done shot him. I'm just saying. When the last time you heard black people doing that? Have you heard of black people doing that? I haven't heard of black people doing that. Because see, what I do know to be true also is when they would kill slaves, they would skin them. They would use their skin for purses and belts and shoes, shit like that. They would take their teeth, string them and make necklaces, jewelry, shit like that. When the last time you heard black people doing that? I'm going to take another drink. I'll wait. Let me know Let me know what you heard, because I haven't heard of that. Maybe it's just me, but I haven't heard about black people doing that. Oh, you haven't heard either? Okay, cool. So again, we go back to the propaganda. We go back to motherfuckers like Stephen A. Smith, these fucking raccoons, these super coons literally drive me crazy. I hate super coons. They the worst bitches in the world. But you got them out here spreading the same propaganda that the colonizers are putting out. And when that happens, I be thinking, damn, slavery really did a number on us. But then I think about, there's a lot of raccoons in all different races. Look at the Latinos for Trump, and some of them bitches have been deported. Look at Venezuela for Trump. Them bitches been gone. You hear what I'm telling you? It's like, get the fuck out of here. The Somalis, listen, be mad if you want to. Fuck them goddamn Somalis. They said they not black. They don't want nothing to do with black people. Send them bitches to Somalia. I don't give a fuck about that daycare shit. If they did it or not, I don't care nothing about it. This has nothing to do with that. This has everything to do with black folks coming over here, always trying to tell us what the fuck it do. Want to tell us what it is and who it is and what it ain't. And, oh, y'all should have did this. Bitch, we are the minority in the United States. Where your black ass came from, you the majority, and you still let them colonizers fuck your ass. So fuck you and fuck right off. Send them Somalians back to Somalia. Fuck them. That's what I say. Each and every one of them. So hold on. Bryce says, I have asked the same question about amending the quarter of human. Why I can't see? Oh, I've been drinking. Hold on. I've been drinking, y'all. You know I got some shit up in this cup. Woo. Okay, it's almost time to go. What time is it? Yeah, it's almost time to go. She's been asking about the 2/4 of the human law for years, and you're the first black person to bring this up. Note the Constitution in this country was created through rebellion because of the tyranny from England, and time repeats itself. You are absolutely correct. And the thing too, see, the reason I asked that question is because back then when they made that to make us not be fully human, right? It was because they treated us like livestock. They needed to be able to write slaves off on their taxes and all kind of shit. They needed, because they felt like, well, we still have to feed them. We have to make sure they have clothes. We have to make sure they have somewhere to live. So because it's such a burden for them to have slaves. So if they make us fully human, then that would likely be illegal to own another human. So we got to make it where they're not fully human so that we can get the monetary benefits of having slaves outside of the monetary benefits we already get for having slaves, if that makes any sense. So, but if you notice, ain't nobody changed shit. Ain't nobody changed shit. All this shit on the books is still the same. There's still slavery laws on the books right now. Why you think they want to talking about charging Don Lemon with the Ku Klux Klan Act of 18 something, whatever the fuck? You gonna use the why? And this is my thing. Why were those kind of laws erected? Why do we need laws like that to protect black people from being murdered at church and all kind? Why did we have to have laws like that? Because the shit was happening. But these motherfuckers will sit in your face and act like, oh, nothing was happening. Y'all keep going. We go back and forth about DEI almost every day. Can I tell you something about DEI and affirmative action? I'm just going to tell you the truth. First of all, the shit wasn't never for us. Let's be clear about that. And on top of affirmative action and DEI, let me tell you something else. Those things were just to make the workplace diverse. That's it. You still, if the job required you to have a degree, you still had to have that degree. If the job required you to have so many years on the job experience, you still had to be qualified for the job. But the reason they needed to have DEI is because if not, then all the good positions, everything is taken up by colonizers. I know I'm not the only motherfucker to see that. I couldn't be. I could not be, because that's not what it is. If you look at the contribution that colonizers have made to the world, it's like this. The only thing they won't take credit for is white supremacy, but they have not literally contributed like everybody else has. People have worked their ass off to contribute to this country, and all colonizers do is take and kill and murder and rob. That's all they do. That's what they contribute. And now you got this fat, nasty motherfucker at the White House talking this, spewing out this same rhetoric, and it's awakened these motherfuckers who ain't got shit, who don't want shit. They just, oh, well, at least I'm not a nigger. The motherfuckers ain't got no teeth in their face. Those cats. So look, I need y'all to be careful. I need you to be paying attention. Some of those podcasts and stuff I listed off. Listen to these people. Listen to these people. Quit trying to get your news from CNN and MSNBC. These motherfuckers, this shit's so whitewashed. Trump and his people, hey, Mr. Price, they all own the networks. Do y'all hear what listen, there's less than 10 colonizers that contain the wealth for the U.S. There's less than 10 of these motherfuckers, and they are the wealthiest motherfuckers in the U.S. And they're up there high on the list with the world. They own everything. Do you hear me? Elon Musk, he got a data center open. This motherfucker got all kind of illegal shit in there. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? Because you know what? Most of your taxpayer money and mine did do pay for this shit. Because he went in and he robbed the fucking government and did it barefaced, didn't he? Him and Trump, and they just sticking us up there. They ain't got no mask on. They just walking right in and take all your goddamn money. I've been trying to tell y'all what it do. I've been trying to tell y'all back when he was campaigning. I told y'all about Project 2025. You ain't even had to read through it. Let me do it. I brought it to you. Everything I done told you motherfuckers was gonna happen has happened, or it is happening. This shit with Greenland, baby. If you, I'm telling you, if you ain't feeling this, I don't know. You dead inside. You are dead inside, because I'm telling you what God loves. This motherfucker got up on the world stage and he embarrassed the fuck out of the United States, and he shitted on our allies. NATO already like, we're not finna play this game with you. So I'm just saying, if y'all not scared, if y'all ain't concerned or worried, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, but what I will say, he has dismantled the government. He has played in everybody's faces. He done went over and kidnapped the whole motherfucking president on drugs, about some drug shit. Ain't charged him with a piece of a drug. Ain't charged him with a cocaine line or nothing. Ain't no charges on that man's shit got anything to do with drugs. You got the motherfucker over there, the vice president, she giving out Nobel Peace Prizes. I'm like, well, shit, if it work like that, who I know that's a doctor? I want to be doing surgeries come tomorrow. Can I borrow your doctorates? Can I have it? Because I'd like to be a doctor. I mean, since we doing goofy shit like that. So I'm just saying, pay attention to what's going on, and especially, you got to pay attention here, but really be looking abroad, because Iran has already threatened to execute this motherfucker. They already said, look, we ain't gonna miss. China said, we'll let you get the first shot off, but you ain't gonna get the second one off. I said, goddamn, they wasn't playing. China did a whole thing on it. I don't know if y'all saw it. They did a whole thing, they got weapons literally of mass destruction. They got weapons that ain't nobody else got, not even the United States. If China hit that button, baby, we gone. Ain't no 2-3 hits, baby, we gone. And China said, listen, whatever kind of war you want, baby, we with it. Whatever you want, we with it. And if we talking about war, China said, we'll let you get the first one off, but you ain't gonna get the second one off. Shit. I said, whoop, he ain't gonna let, that ain't no real war, baby. They taking everybody down. You better be paying attention to shit with Greenland. It's a big deal, because those are our allies. Do you hear me? And if we ain't got no allies, what we got? So now, if we attack Greenland, we attacking NATO. Y'all look this shit up, because I'm pretty sure some of y'all don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Look this shit up. See what it do. See what it do. These European countries, they not playing with us. They are not. And I think some of them just been sitting around like, I wish a motherfucker would. I think they ready anyway. All the damage Trump has done, and I know some of y'all cheering because you MAGA or whatever the fuck, because you like to swallow jizz and whatever. I don't know. Listen, we are not in a good spot. We are not in a good spot. And you can thank your president for that. Because when that shit is all said and done and this shit goes down, the next president that comes in is going to take a long time to rebuild the relationships. It took 80 to 100 years to build some of those relationships with our allies. Because remember, we pissed Canada off bad back in the day. Canada burnt down the whole goddamn White House. Canada, they don't play either. So it took a long time to get some shit together. We in trouble, y'all. We in trouble. Listen, talk to your people, talk to your family, get you a plan together. Find out, there's all kind of groups, I think, on Facebook and different places like Ice Watch. Type it in and type in your city. And if there's a group created to come up and they'll be sharing stuff in those Ice Watch groups. You don't have, this is not about immigration, y'all. This is about them trying to get a white America because they're delusional. White America been gone, baby. They done raped and murdered too many motherfuckers for them to have true, pure white blood, whatever the fuck that means. But this is what they're trying to get back to. So I guess being, a true white male Christian, evangelical Christian, that still comes with a Grindr account. You still got to get fucked in the ass and suck dick. So, I don't know. Maybe it'll make it. I don't know. But these motherfucking Republicans hate everything about everybody else. They hate the fact that free people out here doing free people shit. They hate that. They don't want you to do free people shit. They don't want you to get fucked in the ass, but they want to get fucked in the ass. But they just don't want nobody to know that they're getting fucked in the ass. But it's happening. I be keeping up with Grindr, baby. Grindr crash everywhere the Republicans go. Grindr crash. Why does Grindr crash? I don't know, because the Republicans like to suck dick. They just don't want you to know that. They're closeted. So listen, I'm getting the fuck up out of here, but I just want y'all to know to come up with some kind of plan. Make sure your family is safe, your friends, anybody you give a fuck about. If you are interested in finding out what's going on in your city, Facebook be having a lot of answers to some shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. They be having them Ice Watch groups, all that kind of shit. Get on there, figure out what to do. Keep yourself and your family safe. I say that because I'm here by myself in Arizona, but I make sure I'm together. So I pray that nobody ever come and kick my fucking door in and do no fuck shit like that, because it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a misunderstanding. And I already know I ain't going to be able to take everybody, and I know they're going to take me in a body bag, but baby, I'm taking a couple of them bitches with me. You're not finna come up in here. I'm not going to walk around in fear and be scared. I'm a human being. I'm an American citizen. I ain't do shit to deserve none of this stuff they got going on. I was born black, and baby, that's the best thing that could ever happen to me being black. Period. Black and a woman, baby, I'm winning. You hear me? Black people, stand up and be proud about who the fuck you are. Any person of color, but I'm talking about black people specifically. Be proud of who the fuck you are. All of our lives, we have had a motherfucker on our neck. United States, these colonizers have stayed on our goddamn necks about who we are. And we steady trying to prove, I ain't proving shit. Fuck you, fuck right off. I ain't proving nothing. But I'm telling you, black people, if you don't know your history, if you don't know what's going on, start learning some shit. Start to love your culture, your history, where the fuck you come from. If you don't already, I'm in love with black folks. I'm in love with being black. And that's why I don't understand a raccoon. I do not understand a raccoon. It makes no sense to me. So just get your mind right and your heart right. Read up on some stuff. If you don't like to read, you don't want to sit there and just read, get you some audio books, listen to the shit. But do something. Put something on your mind. Figure out what's happening, what's going on, why it's happening. This shit is going to continue to happen until white people fix it. There's nothing nobody can do to fix this. And quit believing this shit. Trump keep coming on there talking about crime rates with blacks and Mexicans. Listen, the crime, there's more white people in this motherfucker than anybody. So guess who's on the top for murder, rape, all that? White folks. It ain't blacks, it ain't Mexicans, it ain't Asians. It's white folks. It's colonizers that's on the top of the motherfucking totem pole. But you bitches are blue. If Charlie Kirk said that blacks make up 14% of the population, but they commit 50% of the crime in the United States. You believed it. It mathematically, it doesn't even make sense, but you believe it. It's like they can lie to you and just tell you some absurd fuck shit and you will believe it, but a motherfucker tell you the truth, you want to cuss them. That's crazy. Mr. Price said what they want is us to be slaves again with an understanding. Yeah, like an indentured servant, because that's how slavery started, was indentured servants. And then you have to be there for what? I think it was 3 to 7 years. I think 7 years was the cutoff. And at that point, the white people, the colonizers, had to let you go with your paper because you're a free person. You could go and live and do whatever, get married, do whatever you want. Indentured servants. Just learned your motherfucking ass up. Y'all better look this shit up. Look it up, baby, because I'm telling you, these colonizers are one-trick ponies. And if you look at, like a lot of people saying nowadays, oh my God, the United States is taking pages out of Hitler's playbook. Baby. When I tell you, Hitler took notes out of America's playbook. Apartheid took notes out of America's playbook. Baby, racism is what we do in this motherfucker. So when people want to oppress other people, they come here and study how the fuck it's supposed to be done. And they take it back to where they come from. Trust and believe that this has always been a dirty ass country. Baby, when ICE is detaining Indians, when ICE is detaining, they don't want to be called Indians, shit, I just lost, I got this perimenopause, y'all be forgetting. Native Americans, oh my God, forgive me, I couldn't remember that. But, absolutely, Mr. Garrett. But look here. If a motherfucker detain a Native American, it's all bad. You shouldn't even be you shouldn't say nothing to a Native American, much fuck shit y'all done put Native Americans through, and you gonna ICE detain them? Baby, it's all bad. I'm just trying to tell you it's all fucking bad, but look, you ain't got to take my word for it. You about to fuck around and find out in a minute. They gonna come knocking on your door. They gonna come up in your city, your town, or they gonna fuck with somebody you know. Because I just talked to a cat that told me that his daughter opened the door. ICE took her last week. Look, this is some real shit. This is some real shit. Y'all take care of yourself. Be safe. Keep up with what's going on around you. Keep your head on the swivel if you need to. Do whatever you got to do to keep you and your people safe. I'll see you motherfuckers next week.